Here cooperative society is nothing but it is also one of the form of organization where the main aim is to render service to the society. So internal control means what? The control, overall control inside the organization. There are number of transactions which takes place in hotel also. So for each and every transaction, there should be a documentary evidence which is called as OCHAS. In order to maintain or in order to use that stock very carefully, there should be a proper stock record. Hello everyone, I am Arshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. Today we are in the fourth session of Unit 6, that is audit of different types of organization. So my dear students, we know there are various types of organization. So it may be sole trading concern, partnership firm, joint Hindu family business, joint stock company as well as cooperative society. And this auditing is not only confined for a profit-seeking entity where the main aim is to earn profit. So it is also confined for non-profit-seeking entity also. In the sense where the main aim is to render service to the society. For example, if you take educational institution, of course, the main intention is to provide service to the society, right? So here auditing is conducted for both profit-seeking entity as well as non-profit-seeking entity. So let us discuss or let us see what we have discussed in a previous session. So we were discussing about this auditing under different types of organization. So let us quickly recall what we have discussed in a previous session. So in a previous session, we have seen that audit of educational institution. So how this auditing is being conducted in educational institution. Of course, educational institution also required to conduct this auditing process, and we have seen how this auditing is conducted under educational institution. In the same way, audit of cooperative societies. So here cooperative society is nothing but it is also one of the form of organization where the main aim is to render service to the society. So even though they maintain proper books of account, we have to go for auditing process under cooperative society also. And we have discussed what are the benefit as well as what are the disadvantages of conducting auditing under these two, that is under educational institution as well as cooperative society. In today's session, we shall continue with audit of hotel. Let us see how this auditing has to be conducted in hotel industry. So in hotel business, usually the internal control procedure tends to be very weak and ineffective. So if you take a overall hotel industry. So internal control means what? The control, overall control inside the organization. So if you take the hotel industry, so this internal control system is very weak as well as very ineffective. In the sense, if internal control is very weak or if the internal check is very weak, then of course the auditor has to go through each and every transaction. In the sense, the auditor should be very effective in conducting this auditing process. Therefore, the auditor should carefully evaluate the effectiveness of internal control system in the different areas before deciding upon the audit techniques as well as methods to be followed in those areas. So, as I told you, under hotel industry, this internal control is not much effective. So, it is a burden for this auditor because he has to go through each and every transaction. At the same time, he has to see through that whether the internal control is effective or not. If it is effective, of course, it reduces the burden of the auditor. If it is not effective, then he should be very careful in auditing different types of transaction which is maintained in this hotel. Now let us see how the receipts to be verified in hotel audit. So of course in hotel there will be number of receipts as well as there will be number of payments, right? So let us see how the receipts to be verified in hotels in audit. So an auditor has to verify the following receipts and OCHAs in the hotel audit. So he has to verify all the receipts as well as OCHAs. So when a customer pays for a food, so they will give a receipt, right? In the same way, if any payment is made, they will get a receipt. In the same way, if any goods is purchased, they will get the invoice. So it is the duty of an auditor to verify the following receipts as well as vouchers in the hotel audit. Let us see which are those receipts as well as vouchers. So they are documents for cash sales. So if the goods are sold on cash basis, in that situation, they will get the receipt. And credit sales, stock movement register, payment to travel agents, laborers, record relating to hotel assets as well as miscellaneous expenses. So when they incur all these expenses or income what they are going to receive in the hotel industry, they will have a proper vouchers or a documentary evidence. So when a cash is paid, they will get the receipt. In the same way, if goods are sold on cash basis, cash memo act as a voucher. In the same way, if goods are sold on credit basis, so this vouchers or the invoice act as a vouchers. So here there are number of transactions. In hotel also there are number of transactions which takes place daily, which will have a supporting documents or vouchers. The role of auditor is to verify these documents as given below. Let us see how the auditor is going to verify these documents. Of course, I have told you there are number of transactions which takes place in hotel also. So for each and every transaction, there should be a documentary evidence which is called as vouchers. Now it's a duty of an auditor to verify that documents. Let us see how he is going to verify the documents of a hotel. So role of auditor in hotel audit. Let us see what is a role. So the first one is verification of cash sales. So if any goods is or if anything which is sold on cash basis, so he has to verify the cash sales along with the proper documentary evidence. So in hotels with no lodging facilities, almost the entire sale is on cash basis. So if the hotel is not having a lodging facility, then number of transactions will be on cash basis. Therefore, internal check should be very efficient and ensure that sales are accounted. Now, what do you mean by internal check? That is checking the entries in the books of account, right? So, as I told you, if the hotel is not having lodging facility, in such cases, number of transactions will be on cash basis. Now, for that reason, they should have a proper internal check in the hotel. An electronic billing machine or a series of numerically controlled manual bills may be used. For this reason, they might have a electronic billing machine, that is the bill which is produced by electronic machine. In the same way, a manual bill can also be there. So, as I told you, for each and every transaction, there will be a proper documents, and that documents can be electronic bill which is produced by the machine or the manual bill which is produced by a person. Internal check shall ensure that daily sales report is prepared and reconciled with the total of bill roll or to the numerically controlled bills. Now, here, of course, they will prepare what? They will prepare a sales report. So, each and every day, whatever the goods or whatever the items which are sold from the hotel, so that will be recorded in a particular book which is known as sales report. In the sense, whatever the goods or the items they have sold, for that they have to prepare a proper report which is known as sales report. So that sales report has to be compared with bill roll or the numerically controlled bills. So they have to compare in the sense whether these two transactions gets tallied or not. If they have properly recorded, of course it gets tallied. The auditor may cross-verify the same with the cash records maintained by the independent person. Of course, your cashier also will maintain the cash records. So, that bill as well as the sales report has to be compared with cash bill also. Because in cash bill, they have received the cash for cash sales, right? So, they have to compare and they have to get tallied. The auditor may also test check in the kitchen order tickets. So, in the kitchen, they might check the order tickets also. Of course, when the order is being received from the customer, then only they will prepare the food in the hotel, right? So, they have to check the order tickets also with the cash bills. So, this order tickets in the kitchen has to be checked with the cash bills with the or in the cash counter to ensure that the efficiency of internal checking system. So in order to make the internal checking system more effective, so here the auditor has to, or here auditor goes for a test checking. In the sense, he will check certain number of bills in the kitchen, that is order bills, along with the cash bills in the cash counter. Now, second point is that verification of credit sales. So we have discussed about cash sales, that is the transaction which have taken place on cash basis. Now we shall discuss about credit sales. So the guest bills are supporting document for credit sales. So as I told you, if the hotel is not having the lodging facility, then they go for cash transaction. Suppose the guest bills, suppose there is a lodging facility, then guest will be there in the hotels, right? So this guest bills act as a supporting document for credit sales. The guest bill are prepared in the reception wing. Now, who will prepare the guest bill? So, it will be prepared in the reception. So, it will be prepared in the staff who is there in the reception. The guest bill shall contain room rent, charges from room service, laundry and other service provided. Now, the total rent in an hotel includes all these expenses, that is, or the guest bill will include all these expenses. It contains room rent, charges from room service, laundry and other service provided. So, this whole will be there in the guest bill. So, guest bill contains all these expenses. So here also the guest register may provide information such as nature of the room. So what type of room the guest is going to prefer. So it may be 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. In the same way, the number of days stayed. So they may stay for 2 days or just 1 day or 3 days. So number of days stayed and the number of persons occupied. So how many numbers who are going, number of persons who is being occupied in a particular room. So that will be registered under guest register. Internal check should include preparation of daily report on room occupied in the previous night with the number of persons in each room. So this internal check has to be made in relation to if any guests have stayed in that hotel. So what is the number of persons who have stayed, how many number of rooms they have taken and what are the nature of the rooms. So whether it is a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. So such type of instructions will be there by doing the internal check. This daily report may be prepared by an independent person such as housekeeper. So housekeeper will maintain this daily report. So daily report has to be prepared by the housekeeper who has no control over the accounts department or reception wing. Now reception wing is different and this accounts department is different as well as a housekeeper is different. Now the housekeeper will maintain the daily report of that guest. And the next one is the auditor may cross-verify the guest bill, the guest register and daily report on the room occupancy. Now guest bill will be or guest bill will contains all the expenses which is incurred by an guest. In the same way guest register. So it will be maintained by whom? It will be maintained by the reception wing. In the same way daily report will be maintained by whom? By the housekeeper. Now, all these 3 documents or all these 3 registers has to be verified properly. So, verification of cash book against the guest bill shall inform collection of cash from the guest. So, after collecting the cash from the guest, then one more book will be included for the verification, that is cash book. If the rates charged are not as per the normal rate, the auditor may ensure that such bills are duly authorized. For example, if any concession is given to the guest, so it may be discount. In such situation, the auditor has to clarify with the authority why that deduction has been made. So if it is not in a normal rate, then the auditor has a right to get the verification from that concerned authority. The auditor shall ensure that the tax charged in the guest bill are duly remitted to the concerned tax authority by the management. So whatever the amount which is deducted in the form of tax in the guest bill, so that amount of tax has to be submitted to the tax authority. So the auditor has to make sure that the deducted tax goes for the tax authority. And the next point is that verification of stock. So like a manufacturing or trading concern, so here also in hotel industry, there are certain items which is considered as stock. Let us see which are the items that are considered as stocks under hotel industry. The probability of food items is very high due to their nature. Of course, hotel in the sense, the first thing which will come to our mind is food. So food is considered as what? Stock here. Therefore, the stock movement records should be accurately maintained. So, for that reason, so when we think about a hotel, the main item in the hotel is food. So, food is considered as a stock. So, a proper stock record has to be maintained in relation to food. The internal control procedure right from the point of receiving the stock to the sales point should be correctly maintained to avoid the pilferage. So, in order to maintain or in order to use that stock very carefully, there should be a proper stock record. Unauthorized entry should be prohibited in the areas where stock is kept. Of course, normally in all type of organization, so where stock is kept, there unauthorized entry will be prohibited. So, each and everyone cannot enter that particular room where stock is being preserved. The receipt and issue should be made only under effective supervision. So, there should be a proper supervision for the conservation of the food where food items are stored. So, a proper supervision has to be there. A proper supervisor has to be appointed for this purpose. So, here the auditor has to go for physical verification of stock. So, if they see some amount in the name of stock in the balance sheet, so he has to verify that whether that stock is there actually in the organization or not. And the next one is the auditor may also rely on the valuation carried out by the professional valuers if he believes that the procedure and methods of valuation of each item are appropriate to the nature of items. So, along with the experts, so here the auditor has a right to verify each and every stock valuation. So, each and every stock has to be valued properly with the help of experts. And the next one is verification of payments to the travel agents. Of course, there are a number of agents who is working in hotel industry. So, proper payments has to be given to these travel agents. So, in many hotels, the booking for rooms, parties, halls, etc. take place through travel agencies and other similar agencies. So, here there are a number of agents who are connected with the hotel industry. So, it may be in relation to booking of the rooms or providing some food to the customers, that is the visitors. That situation, agents plays a very important role. So, here also in many hotels, the booking for rooms, parties, halls are done through the agents. The auditor shall ensure that the amount due is collected within the agreed period. So, whatever the amount that has to be paid to the agent, so that has to be paid on a agreed period. While verifying the commission paid to the agents, it should be ensured that the commission is per the agreement between the management as well as the agent. So, why this agent works in an hotel industry? For the purpose of commission. So, that commission will be fixed between the agent as well as the organization through an agreement. So, the auditor along with the amount which has to be given to the agents, so he has to check the agreement also. So, what was the actual agreement between the organization and the agent, and what is the amount due to be paid to the agents. And the next one is verification of payment to laborers. Along with the agents, there are a number of laborers who is working in the hotel industry. For them also proper payment has to be made. So, in hotel industry, the permanent laborers are very less. So, there is more number of labor turnover. In the sense, the labor will leave the hotel industry very soon. They will not be there for a longer period of time. In such cases, what the hotel will do, they will take the casual laborers. So, there is a difference between permanent laborers as well as casual laborers. So, permanent labor, they will be there in the hotel industry for a longer period of time, whereas casual labor, they will work for 1 day or 2 days. In the sense, rarely come and work in the hotels. So, they are called as casual laborers. Now, an auditor has to see through that whether casual laborers are working in the hotel or not. During festival season and in case of parties, laborers are employed even for few hours. So as I told, casual laborers will work for 1 day or 2 days or for few days. But there are chances where if the number of guests is more, in such cases, even the laborers work for few hours also. So based on the working hours, they will get the payment. The records maintained relating to wage payment will be disorderly as well as inadequate. So since there are number of type of laborers who is working in an hotel, so it may be a permanent labor, it may be a casual labor, as well as the labor who is working for 1 or 2 hours. In such situation, they cannot maintain a proper record. In the sense, uniform record cannot be maintained in the organization. Due to this, probability of misappropriation of cash is very high because we can't maintain a uniform records for this type of laborers. So misappropriation of cash is very high in such type of industries. The auditor shall insist on maintenance of proper wage records and implementation of adequate control in payment of wages. So here the duty of an auditor to see through that whether proper records have been maintained for all type of laborers. In the same way, it suggests the business, that is, it suggests the hotel industry to see through that proper records have to be maintained and proper payment of wages has to be made to the laborers. And the next 6th point is verification of assets. So, apart from the usual assets such as land and building, furniture, plant and machinery, vehicle, etc., in hotel industry, semi-fixed assets like silver and cutlery, blankets, curtains are also be recorded, controlled as well as accounted. So we have studied about fixed asset like land and building, machinery. So for each and every type of organization, it will be there. Other than that, in hotel industry, there are number of semi-fixed assets. So semi-fixed assets like blankets, curtains. So these are the semi-fixed asset. For that also proper accounts have to be maintained. The method of accounting for this type of special items is to be prescribed by the auditor, and he should ensure that the recommended method is duly compliant by the management. Now here also, of course, it is a semi-fixed asset, but it has certain value. So we cannot neglect such type of assets. So here the auditor suggests the hotel industry to maintain a proper records in order to record all the semi-fixed asset in the books of account. And the next one is verification of miscellaneous items. So in many hotels, a counter for exchanging the foreign currency into Indian rupee is maintained. Of course, there are guests who comes from the foreign country. In that situation, so a counter will be there in order to convert their currency to the Indian currency. The auditor should ensure that all the requirements of statutes governing such conversion are duly compiled. So here the auditor has to make sure that the conversion has to be made properly, that is converting of foreign currency to the Indian currency. The auditor should also ensure that occupancy in progress as on the date of balance sheet is appropriately valued as well as accounted. So each and every small expense also they have to take into account in order to maintain a proper books of account in hotels. The auditor may also analyze the financial statement. So he also goes through the financial statement by calculating and comparing food cost. So here, as I told you, food plays a very important role in the hotel industry. Occupancy ratio and relevant ratio applicable exclusively to hotel industry. So whatever the expenses which is related to hotel industry, so each and everything, so it may be a small expense or big expense, so each and everything has to be properly accounted. In the same way, it has to be properly audited by an auditor. So my dear students, in today's session we have studied about audit of hotel industry. See you all in my next session. Till then, take care. Thank you.